K-State won 41-3, which is kind of unexpected considering K-State was.
Oh my gosh, you got to say it again. Say it again for the people in the back that did not hear you.
K-State won 41-3 against in a Big 12 championship game rematch. I'm going to pull up the actually, you know, before we do that, I just want to get Kenny's thoughts. K-State wins 41-3. It is never even as close as the score says. Kenny, I wanted to get your thoughts on K-State beating TCU. Whooping them 41-3.
What a sweet victory coming home. Hey man, it's good to be here talking about the Cats on the best K-State podcast on the internet right now.
Oh, I forgot to say that because someone commented they didn't like that.
You know what? This is the best K-State podcast on the internet. And I'm proud to say it. Man, I'll tell you what, dude, this game was amazing. I feel so good, man. Being a K-State fan, watching a game like that, it brought a tear of joy, you know. It just was such an amazing game. Man, we're going to have such a good time recapping this game as K-State fans. You want nothing more than what you just saw last Saturday at home, man. Sold out crowd. You were there.
I was.
You saw it live, man. I wish I could have been there. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for me, but I got to see it on TV. And man, oh man, we did amazing.
Absolutely. And I was there, like you said. It was Harley Day. You know, I'm walking to the stadium because I showed up a little bit late. My niece had a sub-state championship volleyball game to go to, and I went to that. And I actually had to leave early. And I'm walking to the game, and I see Willie, Willie leading all the Harleys down College Avenue as they're making their loop to go to the stadium. And I'm just like, okay, this is going to be freaking awesome, you know. And I get there, I go inside. Pregame starts. Everyone's getting excited, and it's full. Like the whole stadium is full. Like
sold out, baby.
It was a beautiful sight. Student section was full. Here come the Harleys, and TCU wins a toss. They defer. Bad decision. K-State gets a ball to start the game. They come right down and score with Will Howard starting at quarterback, which they also started Avery Johnson at the same time at receiver. First play.
You gotta love the humor out of Coach Kleiman. You know, it's like, who are you gonna start? What does he do? He puts them both out there. Not only does he start them, but he also gives the ball to them.
Absolutely.
What a way to just shut them up. You know, just shut up the reporters on this Will and Avery thing.
Pure
comedy. That was amazing. Sure. By the way, fun fact. Avery has more starts as a receiver than he does a quarterback.
Yes, that is true. I mean, he's trying to follow his offensive coordinator, Colin Klein, who started at receiver before he started at QB, you know? So
he's already got the record.
K-State defense comes out, and I'm going to pull up the stats here in just a second. But K-State played phenomenal start to finish. Both quarterbacks played amazing, and we're going to talk about our players of the game here in a little bit. It was a great game. Probably the most complete K-State game since a year ago at this time when K-State beat Oklahoma State 48-0. Those two games in the Kleiman era are probably like the most complete K-State games I've seen since the 64-0 win against KU back in 2002. So
it's got to feel so good from this coach that came in 2019. You know, we had high hopes for him. He did an amazing job up in North Dakota, and just what he has managed to do in just 4 years is mind-blowing. It is hats off to him. Obviously, it wasn't just him. It was the coaching staff also putting together an amazing game plan against this TCU team. Listen, all I got to say is this. After Avery Johnson got 5 touchdowns in a game, basically matching that record but breaking it as a true freshman, we all thought that he's got to be Big 12 Player of the Week. No, it was Hoover. He was Big 12 Player of the Week, and because he had like 500 passing yards, which, by the way, that's pretty impressive. 500 passing yards, nothing to scoff at.
Yeah.
But then we had a chance to see him versus Avery the very next week, and what did we see? We didn't see nothing like that. We didn't even see a touchdown from this Big 12 Player of the Week. Man, I am so glad we just put a smack into him. Oh, man, all day long, dude. The defense really won this game for me.
Will Howard gets a start, comes down right away, scores a touchdown. It's actually DJ Giddens with the first touchdown of the game. He actually had a really nice game. 9 rushes for 85 yards, 1 rushing touchdown, and then receiving 2 catches, 75 yards, and another touchdown. So he had, 160 total yards and 2 TDs. That is very, very impressive on only 11 touches. That is really impressive for sure. Will Howard, 10 of 16, 154 yards, 3 touchdown passes. He also ran the ball 4 times for 62 yards. I like to see that Colin Klein was mixing in the run when Will Howard was in and mixing in the pass when Avery Johnson was in, because Avery dropped some absolute dimes.
You know what's crazy?
What's that?
Is that Will Howard looked better on the run and Avery looked better on the passing.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Isn't that wild?
I don't know about that. A couple times Avery took off, like Derek Young from K-State Online. I was seated not that far from him, and it was like maybe his like first or second run when he was actually the QB. He goes, touchdown. Like, he's 7 yards upfield, and he's already calling touchdown, because whenever he touches the ball, you think he's going to score. And unfortunately, someone did get in the legs. A couple other times he's running, shift right, shift left, shift right, shift left. Like, he looked super dynamic running the ball. But Will Howard looked great, too. He finally looked healthy, and I talked about it. We'll get into the hot takes in a little bit. I talked about how Will Howard was going to have his back against the wall and play his best game of the season, and I definitely felt like he did that. We had 3 total touchdowns from him, 154 yards, 62 yards on the ground, over 200 total yards. Will Howard looked pretty good, didn't he?
He looked amazing, and he actually proved yet again, like, I had this long rant. I had this huge rant about the K-State fans need to calm the hell down. You know, Will Howard is our guy. He won us a Big 12 championship last year. Why are you trying to throw him away? Why are you trying to get him off the field? He just proved why we don't get him off the field. All right. He has the experience, man. He has that winner's mentality. He's got that work ethic, and he's just a dang good football player, man. Let's just call a spade a spade. But but it's also amazing that he's such a selfless player. And man, we really have this like unique and luxury with our offense, and it seems like we're really dialed in right now. I mean, 41-3, and let's be honest, I'm going to steal this from Fritz. All right, Fritz, I saw the tweet. I like the tweet. He said 41-3. It wasn't even that close.
Tim Fitzgerald, you're stealing his stuff, huh?
Yeah, well, you know, I agree with it. Even though the score says 41-3, it wasn't even that close. It wasn't even that close.
It was not that close.
We totally started running the ball in the second half when we were basically winning.
Speaking of running the ball, I wanted to get into that because K-State had 244 yards passing. That's phenomenal. 9 yards per reception, all that kind of stuff, or whatever. Yeah. K-State ran the ball 52 times for 343 yards. 7 offensive linemen played, and they all played amazing. I want to give a big shout out right now to Carver Willis, who struggled mightily early when he was rushed into duty because Christian Duffy was hurt, and he has definitely improved. He was, in my opinion, the best offensive lineman on the field for K-State on Saturday. Obviously, Cooper Beebe is always going to be like the best, but in terms of the way he played, my expectations, he played phenomenal. The backup, or the other tackle, Christian Duffy, also played great. Panzer played great. Potier played great. Hayden Gillum played all right. BB played great. KT played great. The offensive line as a whole, this was their best game of the season. 343 yards rushing the ball. That is more yards than TCU had total in this game. That is super, super impressive
Yeah.
for an
And
offensive
not
line.
and not only that, but like when you talk about it, it's like they also had given Will and Avery all day to throw. I mean, I feel like
Absolutely.
they were.
Did.
I feel like they were pitching
Did.
a tent back there, staying the night in the freaking in the dang pocket there. But yeah, Robbie Schiltz, man, good point. You know, Will's issue is that he can't really. He's having a hard time throwing that short ball. You know, like credit to the tight end, you know, with that catch. Will could have thrown
Oh,
it
yes.
a little bit further.
Just one more yard to not make it so close on that last
Yeah,
touchdown.
but you know, we're just styling. You know, I feel like we were just styling on the TCU Frogs at that point. You know, we just it didn't even matter. You know, like.